Let's face it, conversational skills have seen a massive decline in the last 2 decades, and social media is the main thing to blame. You see, men and women used to have conversations in person, and even though it may not have always gone to plan, it became a way of honing social skills. Since social skills have seen a dramatic decline, you now find men whose only skill is to talk to women over a small mobile phone. However, they tend to fall flat in conversation when actually meeting someone. In fact, people can only have a conversation with someone they feel comfortable with, and women sense this. Once a woman senses your weakness in having a conversation, they tend to move away and choose another person. But this video will change this and significantly boost how you hone your conversational skills. Today, we look at 8 powerful social skills that make women addicted to you. Why do you want a woman to be addicted to you? One of the burning questions you might have is why you would ever want to have a woman become addicted to you. Well, the answer is very simple. If you've ever had a woman like you, you would have noticed how frequently she texts you and how she communicates more efficiently. In fact, nothing beats waking up to a text message from a woman who has something sweet to tell you or just encourages you to enjoy your day. When a woman truly likes you, she's more willing to engage, and this means that whenever you want to do something, you're also likely to get a yes. This makes life a lot easier, and it'll help you in your life journey to eventually turn into a good relationship. Additionally, it makes it easier to create a positive vibe around the two of you. You see, it becomes easier to have a relationship when you and the other person have a very positive vibe. Such a positive vibe is supposed to help with the conversations, allowing you to joke with one another and ultimately make the relationship just more fun. But one of the truly important things for any relationship is sexual tension. You see, when a woman likes you, or she's somewhat addicted to you, it opens the door for a little bit of banter. As we've mentioned in many of our previous videos, sexual tension is what ultimately creates a deeper form of attraction. By using playful banter, you can say things without the other person being too offended or taking things personally. Naturally, this opens up the door for sexual tension to be established. When a woman's addicted to you, she's more likely to do things that will enhance the relationship. Now, what do we mean by this? Well, a woman's first instinct is to challenge a man. In fact, a woman should naturally challenge a man to make sure that he is what he says he is and that he can actually offer what he's promised. Women have this ideal prospect of what a man should be and the standards they set for what he should be like. But since feelings often trump logic in most cases, all this goes out the window when you have her addicted to you. In this video, we'll explore 8 highly powerful social skills that you can use to make any woman addicted to you. And you know what the crazy part is? All these things are so easy to learn that even men in their early adult phase of life can start using them to make dating that much easier. Number 1, being confident. No matter how you slice the cake of life, confidence is the most essential skill for any form of conversation. If you don't believe what you're saying or even believe in yourself, how would you expect anyone else on earth to believe or trust you? This is the problem with most men when they talk to women. Since they don't have any self-confidence, their words come out as weak, and women quickly see the weakness in what you're saying. In fact, women are so intuitive that they can even detect confidence before you speak, especially by the way you carry yourself. One of the most important conversational skills is being confident enough that you can actually talk to a woman and say things that make sense. One thing we've noticed about men who lack confidence is that they spend hours watching videos like this, and then they try to directly apply some of these tips. It fails, and they're quick to blame the people for bad content. However, it's important that when you focus on developing confidence, you make it congruent with your own personality. If you don't like the outdoors, don't talk about outdoor stuff. You should develop confidence instead of trying to take the confidence someone else has in their own abilities. But the only way to effectively develop such confidence is through trial and error. When you do things and fail, you gain valuable experience. And it's this experience that makes you better when you find yourself in the same situations next time around. Once you begin to establish confidence in yourself and the things around you, you'll find that people value your presence and the way you communicate. It becomes more encapsulating to those around you, and overall, you just give off better vibes. Confidence is the number one thing you'll need if you want to use any of the following skills we're about to discuss. Number 2, positive vibes. The whole world's trying to get on what the US is calling a positive vibe. However, positive vibes need to stem from a place where it's built on something that can be sustained. However, positive vibes, or aura, as many would call it, is a great way to make those around you feel comfortable when dealing with you. You see, life's already hard enough, and each day people fight for survival and seek a way to just get through the day. Few people are currently in a situation where they don't have anything big to stress about, and this is also something you always want to be aware of when talking to others. One of the most powerful conversational skills is when you can take a topic and make it positive. This can be done through humor or even just seeing the positive in the situation. If you seem like a negative person, we recommend that you figure out what the cause is for this and then focus on making it better. In fact, a sneaky little trick that we found works to change your mood is to watch your favorite stand-up comedian. You see, the folks are great at taking serious topics and making them funny, which is exactly what you need to do. The ultimate goal is that every person who has encountered you needs to walk away from the interaction feeling great or happy. This doesn't mean sucking up to anyone, but just having a conversation where the both of you feel good after leaving. Number 3, humor. The next skill directly links to the previous two. You see, confidence and positive vibes are both needed if you're to make someone laugh. Since laughing is kind of addictive and the world is mostly filled with news that makes people feel morbid, your humor can be very attractive. One thing you need to do is avoid being the jester or the kind of person people label as being a joke. However, if you can integrate a few jokes when talking to people, you'll find that they respond far better and you'll actually make them smile. Once again, not everyone is skilled at coming up with jokes, which is why we recommend watching your favorite comedian. But by doing this, you're slowly conditioning yourself into their vibes, and this will help you significantly when out on a date. Many women have even said that humor is one of the most important things a man should have in his skill set. But when you combine this with confidence, you can slowly work towards sexual tension as well. To do this, you can make some jokes that touch on some forbidden topics. Not only does it actually open the door for the conversation to go in such a direction, but it also breaks some of the tension and makes her feel comfortable talking to you about it. But ultimately, you need to understand that life is tough, and everyone is facing a lot of stress and frustration each day. By being the light of positivity, you're likely to see far better success in your relationships, and you'll have better face-to-face encounters with not only women, but people in general. Number 4, active listening. One of the big problems, especially with overly confident men or men who want to seem confident, is the fact that they don't like listening. These men tend to talk about themselves and their accomplishments, which often comes off as being pompous if we're to add a little bit of British slang in this video. Women do like knowing everything about a man, but they want to work for it. In fact, women love chasing men just as much as men like chasing them. The reason for this is because it feels like some kind of gamble and creates a sense of excitement. The best way for you to naturally get a woman's attention is to allow her to talk. Not only does it make you seem like a person with more empathy, especially if she's complaining, but it also means she's now revealing more about herself than you are. This sense of mystery might not kick in immediately, but it will naturally create some kind of addiction. Now, you become the person who she confides in, but she likes you and doesn't know anything about you. As you can imagine, this creates a massive drive to get to know you, and she'll ultimately be addicted to you as well. Number 5, the art of the pickup line. Pickup lines have long been a big topic of debate. On the one side, you have a group of people telling you to be careful, and on the other side, you're encouraged to use cheesy pickup lines to make a woman feel special. The truth is that both of these can work, but the best approach is to combine them. Yes, a good pickup line is second to none, but it should not be something regurgitated from Google or someone else. You need to learn how to come up with pickup lines in the spur of the moment, which directly complements something. The power of observation can be very crucial when it comes to this, but if you manage to come up with a unique pickup line that knocks her off her feet since she hasn't ever heard it before, you're basically winning, and she'll remember this for the rest of the day, if not forever. Unfortunately, this is something that comes with confidence and experience, and no matter how many premeditated pickup lines you have, women tend to look right through them. Number 6, the subtle smile. Positivity and having a positive vibe around you are highly important, as we've already mentioned. However, a subtle smile is a very attractive feature often used by men who are extremely confident. However, you should not be the kind of person who has a smile glued to his face all day, as life is not that great and it'll seem fake. However, when you see a woman and the two of you eventually lock eyes, something needs to break the tension. In most cases, a woman will look down or away. This shows that she does submit to you, even if it isn't as much as, say, her being addicted to you. The subtle smile requires a little bit of confidence, and when you manage to add this to your repertoire of facial expressions, she also sees you as the kind of person who is positive. Once again, this brings us full circle to the power of being positive and happy. Women truly love this, and it seems like an escape from their own lives, especially when they have a lot of stressors to deal with. Number 7, fantasizing together. The next one can definitely make your conversations go much smoother. You see, a key difference between men and women is how they perceive the world. Men encounter problems and immediately default to seeking a solution, or at least that's the way things are supposed to be. On the other hand, women don't like dealing with problems, and they often seek some kind of escape. Usually, this escape is found in their mind, and it comes through fantasizing about idealistic things and how they would have wanted things to be. Now, every woman has these subtle fantasies, and it's up to you to find them. But the only real way in which you'll ever figure out these fantasies is when you engage in these types of conversations where they come up. You see, a man who can fantasize with a woman makes himself seem like he's much more similar to her. Ideally, you want to have her lead the conversation and simply chime in with something valuable that could enhance this. It'll make her feel that much closer to you, believing that you now also feel the same way. If you've ever looked at the works of Richard Bandler, you'd understand some of the important markers found in neuro-linguistic programming. One of the key focuses of this is to create rapport. And when you can engage in this fantasy conversations, you're building more and more rapport. Just remember that it's all a fantasy. Number 8, assertive communication. Finally, women don't like being in charge, and they rarely want to be the person leading any sort of conversation. You see, men have historically been the people who lead conversations and take charge of what's being said. If you can do this, you not only take some of the pressure off the woman, but you immediately earn respect. In fact, you don't even need to focus on saying just positive things. You can just focus on stating your thoughts, which creates a fearless feeling and cultivates more respect. You don't need to be controlling when it comes to her in any way or shape, but you can naturally just enhance the conversation by doing these things, and she'll like you even more. She'll see you as the person who makes her life easier by taking the responsibility of being a man seriously. Ultimately, the art of conversation has slowly dwindled, and nowadays no one truly knows how to communicate effectively or just directly in person. These tips will significantly improve your conversational skills, and they'll help you become the kind of person that women adore. But you also need to know how to build sexual tension, which is why we recommend checking out this next video.